What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing a four-way comparison between these four Hoover machines. First one I'm going to be doing is the Hoover Legacy. This is my oldest one. Next, the Hoover Dimension, the Hoover Breathe Easy, and the Hoover Windtunnel. I'll be going through the comparison. We'll do a big cleaning performance demo in the end, but for now let's go over features and similarities that these vacuums have. For starters, I would like to point out the big similarity that all of these have is that they have their switches on the handle. See on the top there. One person has actually commented, I believe his name was John Smith, I'm not mistaken. He commented in one of my videos, I think it was actually on the Windtunnel, that he thinks the switch is mounted backwards, which I find kind of interesting because in my opinion the switches on the Panasonics, coincidentally I have mine over here, I think they're backwards because normally it's down to turn on, up to turn off. Now on these Windtunnels it's up to turn on and down to turn off. In my opinion, I think these are the ones that are right side up, and the Panasonics, Ricars, and any of the Taconi machines have upside down switches. I mean, you could refer to like the power switch on your house. Down is on, down is off, and up is on. So, I think the switches on all of these Hoover machines are correct. But that's just me. So anyway, one feature that the Breathe Easy Dimension Windtunnel have is they have all of their onboard tools in a little storage compartment up top here. Like that, and it pops right open, which houses your dusting brush, upholstery tool, and crevice tool. There it is on the Breathe Easy. It's the same layout as the Dimension. You will notice the Dimension has a little bit more of a darker plastic than the Breathe Easy, and the Windtunnels is completely clear. Sometimes this one doesn't like to shut all the way. The Breathe Easy and the Windtunnel actually have the same 15-inch cleaning width. In fact, they both take the exact same brush roll. I'm not going to be able to get that much of a good look, but if you don't believe me, here they are side by side. See that? The only thing is that the bottom plates are definitely a lot different. In fact, this brush roll could actually fit inside one of these older Hoover Soft Guard series machines, at least the ones with the 15-inch cleaning width. In fact, I believe they do even take the same belt. But they also do come with the side edge groomers, which is very nice for edge cleaning. They also do come with embedded dirt finders. One thing I found interesting is the embedded dirt finder on the Windtunnel is actually wired into the machine instead of being wired separately like the Breathe Easy. And like any of the older the Elites that have this embedded dirt finder, I think the Turbo Power 4200, a dirt finder based Dimension, Power Drive, and one was called a Legacy dirt finder. They run on this little 9-volt battery that sits right under here. So I'm convinced that Hoover actually did it this way so it doesn't interfere with the wiring in the motor, so you don't run the risk of ruining the reliability. But since it's wired onto a battery, it can run even when the vacuum's not even plugged in. Just like that. Whereas the Windtunnels is permanently wired into the machine, so it turns on when the motor turns on. The Dimension and the Legacy both have the exact same style vacuum head, which is only like 12 inches of cleaning width, if I'm mistaken. And you will notice the tool caddy on the dimension is very simple. You got your hose right here, it wraps around like that, and you have your extension wand right here, and all your tools up in the upper compartment. The Legacies is a little bit different. So you got your extension wand off to the side here, and you release your hose. As you can see, the Caddy is a little bit different design than the Dimension, because in fact this bottom part of the hose sticks out a little bit further than the Legacies, but all of its attachments are mounted onto the back. Since this is an older, early 90s style Elite machine, all of them are colored in gray. There's your dusting brush. This does come with a nice gray cord as well. All of the cords on the other three are just plain black. In fact, all their bases are black as well. Whereas the Legacy, being the older one, has the gray base. The Legacy also does have this nice little fresh scent tablet that you could put a little scent right there, which the Dimension actually has one just like that. You have to just stick it up on this little front round section right here, and that'll give you a nice fresh scent. Both the Dimension, the Breathe Easy, and the Windtunnel all take the same style bag. The Dimension and Breathe Easy normally take a Type Z bag, but I'm running a HEPA Type Y because it increases filtration. You can see the Windtunnel just takes a generic Type Y, or any Type Y in general. And the Legacy takes a Type A bag, which is much larger than the Type Y or the Type Z. As you can see, this one here is also in HEPA configuration. You will notice the bag door on the Dimension and the Breathe Easy are designed exactly the same. The only difference is, okay, let me put the little plastic door back on the Windtunnel. You will notice that this little side edge on the Dimension is cut out, whereas the Breathe Easy is not. It sits flush. What they did on the later style Hoovers is add this little post motor filter right here to catch all the dust, and so it didn't straight vent out like it does on the Dimension or even the Legacy. As you can see right there, these ridged portions right here so the air can ventilate off, so you don't restrict airflow. So anyway, as you can imagine, the Breathe Easy has great filtration for being a direct air machine, since they added this post motor filter. Now, the way you run your tools on these older machines, as you will notice, is that there is a 5th carpet height setting. What that does is when you move it on over to the 5, it actually blocks off the suction that goes to the vacuum head, and all of it will go through your hose. And you have the same way for your Dimension and even the Breathe Easy. But anyway, all of the Elite style machines, at least the higher end models, have the tools mounted on the side. There's the Breathe Easies, all of them on the side, and they have the automatic tool conversion of these higher end models. The Windtunnel, all you do is just draw your hose out like so. And the Windtunnel's tools are actually all on the back here. They're just missing, at least the two extension wands, but they're very the same like the other three Hoovers. And the tool airflow is much better in the Windtunnel because it's a clean air based machine and not direct air like these other three. But the only thing is these are the ones that have much better airflow because all of their suction and airflow is directed right at the vacuum head instead of going through a long stretch hose that takes a lot of twists and turns before it finally leads into the bag. And so, I believe I've already showed you enough of the comparisons between these four Hoovers. Now the last thing I'm going to do is give you a little cleaning comparison. Also, one more thing I forgot to point out is that the Legacy, Breathe Easy, and Dimension all have the same 7.3 amp motor. And later variants of the Breathe Easy had a 12 amp, which those were later renamed the Wide Path, and I think you've even seen one that's the same translucent blue as the Windtunnel. But as you can see, all of the Windtunnels and Tempos all came with a 12 amp motor, and this is one of the older variants that was manufactured under Maytag before they moved to that Chinese TTI manufacturing. And so now for the cleaning comparison. Alright, now for the contest here, I'm going to be using crushed up goldfish crackers to kind of simulate fine particles. So anyway, for starters, I'll go ahead and do the Legacy. So anyway, let's go ahead and get rolling. Didn't leave anything behind. That noise you're hearing is just the front wheels squeaking. Might need to oil them up. Now for the Dimension. Didn't leave anything behind. Now for the Breathe Easy. Left a little bit behind. Alright, and last but not least, the wind tunnel. Good vegetation. Left a tad bit behind. Alright, well that was the comparison and face-off between the Hoover Legacy, Hoover Dimension, Hoover Breathe Easy, and Hoover Wind Tunnel. Hope you all enjoyed it, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.